Yep, 3-1 though it was. Liverpool returning to the top of the Premier League with that result and with a little bit of a points cushion too there. But Stevie, I just heard you use the word lucky. Can we use lucky on a 3-1 win?
Lucky's probably the wrong word. Look, you look at the stats, and it's got 83-17. I mean, it's total and utter domination. But again, you've got to look at the facts. Liverpool created one clear chance in this game, and that was the third goal. All that possession, they couldn't break Sheffield United down. And when they lost the goal to make it 1-1, it was hard to see. It was hard to see where it was coming from. And that's why I said about Salah. You know, it's 1-1, you've just lost a goal, 60 minutes in, you need a goal. I would have thought Salah's the guy you leave on. Because Salah, on many occasions, hasn't taken part in a lot of games. And if he has, he hasn't done well. But this is a guy that scores goals. If nothing else, he scores goals. So I was really surprised when he took him off. Now, at the end of the day, as Craig said in the highlight, well, the substitutes made a difference. Well, they did. But I wouldn't have taken Salah off. In the end, it looks good. 3-1, all the possession, but I can assure you, myself and probably about 60,000 people at Anfield, once that equaliser went in, weren't too sure if really was going to get turned around.
You weren't sure when it was 2-1. You were still a little bit worried, saying they needed another goal at that point.
Well, Liverpool give chances. They give it opportunities to anybody who comes to Anfield. I mean, you saw the first opportunity that McAtee had. I mean, my goodness, you've got to score that. But kind of typically, when you're playing against a side that are bottom of the league, there's a reason, because they can't score. And the chance you saw McAtee missing tells you why. And then the first goal from Nunez, again, tells you why they're bottom of the league when they lose goals like that. Goalkeeper hitting the centre forward in the bottom of his foot and he goes in. Hey, at this stage of the game, actually, it's all about the result, and Liverpool won.
Do you think as much as Klopp was in that dressing room saying, listen, you know, he's got it in his head. I would imagine it's in his head, Klopp thinking, I got to find a way to make sure these players haven't switched off, because at Sheffield United they've been cannon fodder for a lot of teams. We've been super strong at home. We're, you know, any sort of mindset of we're just going to turn up and take 5 or 6 off them. I got to get that out, and I don't know if it was, you know, subconsciously as a player, you just think it's going to happen, and then all of a sudden the game goes longer and longer, and you don't get the second goal, and it becomes frustrating, and they get a bit of confidence. Aye. And it seemed to me a little bit of that about it, that, you know, sometimes you lose a bit of energy. You know, if it's Man City at home, then the whole thing is just like, it's just revved up, right? And that comes through. But when it's Sheffield United at home, and the fans will be thinking it as well, they'll be turning up thinking, hey, 6 or 7 tonight, and all of a sudden, the sort of storyline changes. And I wonder if there's a wee bit of that about it.
Well, another thing is, you know, we shouldn't forget, we always talk about how great it is at Anfield on those crazy nights when the crowd takes the team across the line. The thing is, when you're playing in a game like this with 10 minutes to go, and you're kind of dangling the Premier League title over the wall to drop it into the water and it's going to float away, you can feel that as well. Because everybody's thinking the same thing. Are we going to score here or what? What's going to happen? And so, when you have 10 men behind the ball, all of a sudden it looks like they've got more than 10. Every way you turn, there's another light yellow jersey. So we shouldn't forget that the crowd as well as myself in this game, we're starting to question whether we were going to do it or not.
What a goal it was, though, from Mcallister. Things looking good for him right now.
Yeah, he was in the press this week, and certainly Klopp was asked about him quite considerably, and how valuable he's been to this Liverpool team, and because of the fact that he's very flexible in where you can play him. And I think because Liverpool didn't get Lavia and Caicedo in the summer, cough's back again. He's been somewhat shuffled around a little bit, and he's played maybe a little deeper at times than he wanted. But I think as the season's gone on, he has, and don't forget, some points during the season, Liverpool have had 3 newbies in there: Endo, Szoboszlai, Mcallister, and that's not easy. And I think he's grown into it, and he's got more confident as he's gone along. And you know, he's a World Cup winner, but he's a quality player.
What do you want to say about this game, Frank?
And I'm struggling.
No, I mean, Liverpool always showed during the season that at some point it's not they switched off, but they allowed the team to put themselves in danger, but they have that reaction. It's where Liverpool are the best, is they know how to react, they know how to put everything back all together, and how to finish the job. So even if I saw it was 1-1, I say, well, at some point they're going to find a way. Well, I never thought that would be a great goal like Mcallister offered to us, but yeah, that was great. Just one thing about Van Dijk, I mean, maybe a red card or a yellow card. You know, I don't like when people take somebody on the neck. I think it's not nice. For the example, you can push somebody if you're not happy. I'm sure he did that because he wanted to get rid of the player, was trying to hold him. But don't do that. I mean, it's not. I don't think it wasn't any danger. But for young players, the young